Well, I'm back at the log cabin and we have the whole family with this time. Look who it is. Woo. Sierra, so she's gonna hike on back in there with her torn ACL and all.
You know what? I'm gonna bring this bag, but I'm gonna leave out the concrete because this is the dog.
Pretty wildflowers. So Sierra's back there a bit. She's pretty much right by the car. And I'm gonna go up ahead, bring this first load in, and then go back and help her kind of come back here just so she can kind of use me to balance a little bit better. And we are there. So upon our arrival to the cabin, walking up the trail, I came across a set of moose tracks. So I had my fingers crossed that I caught it on my trail camera. There's lots of moose around here. They've walked right in front of the cabin door before, but I've never had a trail camera set up where I could capture it. So anyways, there's my trail camera. It's always pointed right at my cabin. And here's what I saw on there. So here you can see the moose. You can see his nose here. And then he either licked the camera or wiped his snot off on it because now the rest of the pictures are blurry. But you can see he just comes right up to the front porch basically and just kind of stands there and has a little stare down with the cabin for a while and then takes off. It's pretty cool though. I'm a little bummed out that the photos are blurry, but I have a ton of moose around here. I've had them walk right by the cabin before and haven't been able to catch them on camera. So at least I was able to catch one, but who knows, maybe this fall or winter we'll see him again. So Sierra and I just went for a little walk up the logging roads, kind of scouted a little bit for hunting. Skeeter got some exercise as well. So anyways, we're gonna make dinner now. And I did bring back this 20-pound propane tank. And this 20 pounds will last the whole winter, probably. Depends on how much we use the stove. You know, you can cook on the wood stove, we do that a lot, but some things are just faster on the stove, in particular coffee in the mornings. It's just, you can boil water a lot faster on these. And they're nice, you know, they don't require any electricity. So that goes there. So these stoves are awesome. They're old, but I don't even know if they make them like this anymore. The ones nowadays that are like this, they still require like little batteries, whether it be AA or a D battery, I can't remember, for an igniter. But these older ones, if you can find them, I got this one for 50 bucks on Craigslist. There she went. So yeah, with these, all you do is just, you know, turn the knob, you have propane flow. You can just light it with a lighter or a match. So awesome for off-grid cabins. No electricity needed at all. And there's nothing that can really go wrong with these. They're pretty reliable, you know. And then the ovens on these, they light the same way. You just turn the knob or set it to low when you're lighting it. But you just light it with a match or a lighter. So those of you that are looking to outfit your off-grid cabin, definitely try to find one of these older stoves. Like I said, you know, you can cook on the wood stove too, but during the summer, you don't want to do that because then you're just heating up the house. And yeah, there's just some things that are faster on it. So it's kind of a convenient thing. So dinner tonight, we got some ground beef. We're going to make a little casserole. So we'll have ground beef, rice, cream of chicken and mushroom soup we got. And then a couple other veggies, but it's pretty good. I've been making it actually a lot lately. Oh, whoops. Gotta get that out of there and that. So yeah, we got ground beef in there, potatoes, green beans, and then the rice is just finishing up right there. We'll toss that in. Once we toss that in, a couple cans of this. Actually, we normally do cream of mushroom, but we decided to try the chicken and mushroom. I'm sure it'll be good. Well, there's dinner. It doesn't look very good, but it's pretty tasty. Pretty simple meal.
I like the flavor, but it's such a cozy part of the day, you know?
It's my favorite part of the day.
It's my favorite part of the day, too. Moose was over here, and we saw it.
Well, this morning when I came out, you know, when it was still dark to pee, I like walked out, like looking with my headlamp, like I don't see any eyes. You know?
What do you think what would it do if you like came out and you were going to the bathroom and it was right there? Would it just stay there?
Probably run away this time of year, but when it's in rut, it might come at you. Yeah, people don't realize that moose will absolutely kill you. Like, so as long as I got Sierra here, some of you guys have been asking about her injury and how that is going. She found out her surgery date, so she's getting it at the end of September. So the very end of it. So she's still got a month before she gets surgery, and then there's some recovery time after that.
Yeah.
And also, some of you were saying that why do you guys want to spend time out here? And that's probably not a good idea with her injury. But we're going to have a snowmobile this year. It's actually a necessity now with her injury. So she's going to be able to, we're literally going to be able to get out of the car, sit on the snowmobile, drive right up to the front door, and then get in, or go into the cabin. So it's not like, you know, the old days where we'd have to snowshoe 3 miles in one way and then back. That's impossible for her to do, you know, obviously with her injury. So that's why we're going to have the snowmobile this year.
Even with us being here right now, like, I'm functional. I can walk, I can move around, I can maneuver. I don't have my crutches anymore. I just can't bend my knee too far. I can't really lift my leg up over stumps and logs. So Kyle actually had to piggyback me back here. And then there were some parts where it was pretty, you know, smooth where I could walk. But I can function.
And also, a lot of you were saying, you know, why do you want to spend a lot of time at this cabin during the winter and not the other one? Or, you know, you guys have the other cabin. Why do you come to this one? This one is special because of how remote it is and the fact that it is in the wilderness, it is in the woods. I mean, we just had a bull moose standing right here a couple days ago, you know, on the trail camera. So there's things that happen out here, and it's just, if you've never spent time in true wilderness where you don't hear a single sound other than the sounds of nature, then I guess you probably can't relate to it. Those of you that know what I'm talking about and do, you know, remote trips, there's a reason why people do that and like to get really far out and do these things. Because you do just feel differently out here, way differently. You're at, you know, I think total peace.
Yeah.
You don't even think about the outside world. You could care less because all that matters is what's going on right here. And
I think for me too, there is no better place for me to heal than be here. Even though our other cabin is in the woods, like, this is just complete wilderness. You're far away from anything. And I just think it's going to be so cozy and just so relaxing for me. And, I mean, there's so many lakes around. There's so many snowmobiling trails. Kyle is going to do some snowshoe trails. So once I'm able to put on some snowshoes and walk, there's going to be nice trails around here for me to get moving. So it's just going to be a great time for me to be here. And obviously Kyle loves it here too. So I'm really excited to be here a lot this winter.
Yeah. So anyways, I wanted to kind of clear that up because I think a lot of people are like, act like it's all about me all the time. Because you never really talk too much on this channel, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah. So anyways, I know it seems weird to a lot of people because we have that nice new cabin, and then this one. I guess what I've always tried to kind of model my life after was when I lived in Alaska, you have people that they have their place that's a little more civilized, either on the outskirts of town or in town. You know, ours is still 30 minutes to town. Our main cabin that we live at. So we're still out, but we're still, you know, you can still go to, you know, a Walmart or, you know, a grocery store and that sort of thing, you know. And
a restaurant, you know.
Yeah, and be able to drive, you know, right up to our cabin. That's a big deal. So you kind of have that place, and you kind of work during the summer and, you know, make your money and that sort of thing. And then you have your place that's really far out. And that way you have that as an option because ultimately this is where I like to be, you know. Sierra doesn't spend, I guess, as much time here as I do. But it's just special, I guess. You can't really, I mean, there's no words that can really explain how you feel out here.
Well, especially when you cut all the trees and build it yourself and
exactly.
did all the work to clear the land.
Right, and there's just something special about it. I mean, it's really hard to explain unless you've actually done it. I mean, you're always happy, you're always healthy out here, you're eating good, you're working hard because everything takes work, and you're just totally reliant upon yourself. So I like that, and yeah, it's just where I'm the happiest, so that's why I want this place, wanted to keep this place, and then that other place is going to make it so when I'm working or you're just closer to things, which is going to be important when we have kids someday. You know, that way they're not just growing up out in the bush and are going to be socially awkward and never see anybody.
Which is okay too, you know. There's a lot of people that live like that, but
for sure.
I know, like, for me, and this is a compromise that Kyle made, but I wanted a place where we were a little bit closer to town, easier access to get to. When we have a family, that's kind of like our spot that we like base out of. And so he made that compromise. If it were up to Kyle, we'd be living here. But because I said, well, I also want this, he was able to say, okay, yeah, we can have that and this too.
Yeah, and I'm glad. You know, like I always say, you know, like if I wasn't dating Sierra, or if I was a bachelor, I would be total 100% living here, you know, or in Alaska in the middle of the woods somewhere. Like, I love the remote stuff. That's where I want to live, where I want to be. But also, being alone out in the woods and just completely cutting people out, and that's not something I really want to do either. So it's, you kind of got to have a balance, right? I want to have a family someday, you know. I love Sierra, you know, I love having her in my life, you know. So it's, you know, you got to kind of compromise a little bit, and I think I have a perfect balance right now. So I have my place that's civilized in town, where we have some amenities. You know, we have a fridge, freezer. Sierra's happy there. When we have kids, they're going to have access to things that they want to do if they want. And then I have this place as well. So that's kind of how I've wanted to set up my life, and I've been able to do that. So right now, I'm pretty happy with how things have turned out, that we have our place that's closer to things, and then this place. And I kind of just want to split time between the two. And yeah, that's how I want to live my life. And I think that you agree too with kids. Like, this will be a great place for kids.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, to spend time. And because nowadays, I mean, you look at kids, it's all technology, you know. Kids are always watching TV, or they're parked on an iPad or a phone or something. And I just want them to actually learn how to have skills and physically work hard and learn work ethic, and learn that, you know, that there is a different way of life. And I guess that I just want them to learn work ethic and experience this life, and learn to, you know, okay, you know, not everything is handed to you. You have to work hard to get firewood to heat the place. You have to, you know, do these things. And I just think it's a perfect place for a kid to be. Nice, I think we nailed it. Yeah. So in my last video, I was talking about covering up or getting the ceiling sheeted in, and how tough it is to get building materials in here, like plywood, you know. During the winter, you could sled those in. In this winter, I might sled in some building materials just to have, especially with the snowmobile, you know, you can just freight those right in. Pretty smooth sailing that way. So I might just bring in some materials, like some 2x4s and some plywood, just to have here, because I'll use it eventually. But for now, some of you guys in the comments mentioned using canvas drop cloths. So I picked up some. I like the idea a lot. I did try to do tar paper on the inside here, and it did not look good. I only did one row, and I tore it off. You can even see the remains of it here, but it didn't look good. It's just so hard for that stuff to sit flat without any creases, you know, and it rips so easy. So it was kind of a nightmare to do by yourself. But the canvas drop cloth, I think, is going to look really good. So I'm getting ready to install that, and let's see how it looks. All right, here's what it looks like so far. The first sheet is up. I have 4 of these, so there's going to be a seam in the middle, but I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. It's pretty tough to nail by yourself, you know, up over your head and trying to make it look neat, but I think it's going to look really nice when it's done. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of this done on this trip, just because we're kind of running short on time now, and we got to get going pretty soon, and I don't have a ladder here or anything, so this is going to be tricky, but yeah, I love it so far, so I think it's going to work out well. All right, well, we're half done. That's half of the ceiling done. That's all I'm gonna get done on this trip, because we're running short on time. And on this half, you know, I have to cut around the stovepipe, so it'll just be a little bit more tedious. But I managed to get this half up without a ladder, because, you know, I'm able to stand on this and this. So there it is. There's one half done, and I think it looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. It's a simple and practical solution for out here, and definitely a lot lighter to carry in than plywood. So, well, all right, we are getting ready to head out of here. I got to take this back to the car, come back and grab Sierra, and we'll be out of here. But yeah, next video I'll show you guys some of the updates that we did in our main off-grid cabin. There's still a couple little things I want to do before I make that video, just some trim work and some other minor things. So I'll give you guys an update because we have done quite a bit of work to that since you've seen it last. So you can expect that video coming up in the near future. Other than that, happy Labor Day weekend, stay safe, and I will see you guys on the next video.